Happy 5th anniversary, Fog Dwellers. 5 years of Dead by Daylight. It seems so long ago we had 3 killers and 4 survivors. Now we have 27 survivors and 24 killers spanning multiple genres and medias of horror. Almost brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it? But that's not why you're here. You're here so I can give you the lowdown on the Shrine of Secrets perks, which, by the way, for the next week will be changing every day and will cost 500 iridescent shards less. So if you haven't cashed in your free 1,000 shards and 500,000 blood points for logging in today, I recommend jumping on that. Now, onto the perks. First up from the Plague is Corrupt Intervention, a handy gen pressure perk I recommend if you don't have Pop Goes the Weasel unlocked, or if you're playing a slow start killer such as Hag or Trapper. What it does is simple. It'll block the 3 furthest gens from you for 80 seconds. At tier 3, that's up to full 2 minutes of blockage. These gens can't be worked on, and besides forcing the survivors towards you at the beginning of the trial, does give you an idea which 3 gens you should absolutely protect to help force survivors into a 3 gen situation, which as we all know tends to work in the killer's favor. Combine this with Pop, Oppression, Rune, or Surge to keep the non-block gens regressing and keep that pressure up. Next up from Adam is a perk I'm 90% sure is cursed, Deliverance. After performing a safe hook rescue, which I recommend bringing borrowed time to help ensure, Deliverance will activate. Once activated, you have a 100% chance of unhooking yourself, as long as you're not on the second hook phase. After unhooking yourself, you'll be broken for 100 seconds, 60 at tier 3. Sadly, I tried combining this with Steve's Second Wind to see if I'd auto-heal from that perk after unhooking, but nope, Second Wind didn't activate due to Deliverance's broken status. Just be careful not to fall to the curse of this perk, that anyone bringing it in is going to be the first one hooked and making the perk useless. I'm joking, of course. Coming up next is a perk that every killer main hates. From Jane we have Head On. While standing in a locker for 3 seconds, the perk will activate. By the way, the timer will not start until the animation is fully finished of the character in the locker, so keep that in mind. Once activated, you must leave the locker in a rush action. This is important, otherwise the perk won't work. If the killer is standing within the range of the Head On, they are stunned for 3 seconds. Afterwards, you're exhausted for 60 seconds, 40 at tier 3. Do note that this perk can kill the zombies that Nemesis brings in, and any survivor being carried by a killer stunned with this perk will be released, so use that to save some people if you can. Honestly, I tend to run this perk with Nancy's Inner Strength and Meg's Quick and Quiet. If the killer's interrupting my locker healing, I stun them with Head On. If you take Cade's Dance with me as well, you won't leave any scratch marks after stunning them, so also keep that one in mind. And last but not least is our final killer perk. From the Wraith comes Shadowborn. Your field of view is increased by 9 degrees, 15 degrees at tier 3. Do note this does not stack with any other field of view increases such as Monitor and Abuse. Also, killer mains, do be warned that while this will increase your field of view from the base 87 degrees, it also increases the angle at which you can be blinded by flashlights, firecrackers, and flashbangs, so please keep that in mind when you're selecting this perk. Well, that's it for today's Shrine, Fog Dwellers. I'll be working on a video going over the anniversary crowns as I'm noticing there's a lot of confusion about them. But as always, I hope I gave you guys some fun tips and builds to try. I'll be streaming the event on my Twitch channel all weekend, so stop by, and I hope to see you in the fog. So until next time, stay hungry.